Welcome back to the channel of the Windsurf Coach. It's great to have you back on the channel. Today we're gonna do a review of the Duotone Grip 4. It's a dedicated waveboard and we're gonna do the test on flat water. You heard me right. We're gonna do the test on a flat water lake, my home spot, just 5 minutes away from here, and gonna see if it's any fun with the Grip 4. I just picked up the 2024 Duotone Grip 4 at the Vandenberg surf shop in Almere. And yes, it is a dedicated waveboard, and yes, you read that right, I'm gonna do a flat water test with the Grip 4 to see if it's any fun. Of course, this baby feels at home in logo height waves. What if you have to travel for hours to get some waves? Okay, you will do that in the weekend, but just during the weekdays after work, when you might just have an hour or two to spare to have some fun, do you need to buy an extra board for these days? Or can you use the Grip 4 on your local lake and still have some fun? Water starting the Grip 4 feels very natural and the volume distribution is just right. Once you get into the straps, you realize you don't have to look for them, you just get into the straps without even thinking about it. In the meantime, the board is getting up to speed and onto the plane without much input needed. Once off the plane, the volume distribution lets you stand very natural on the board and still stay afloat. This is a 87 liter board, which is approximately my weight plus 20 liters. The Grip 4 is an early planer, it planes earlier than some of the other boards, but of course for top speed the quad fin of the Grip 4 is no match for Simon with his fast single fin. Normally we're equally fast and now you can see he's pulling away quickly. I'm definitely not saying that the Grip 4 is slow, as I reached the top speed in this session of 47 kilometers an hour. One thing that is especially noteworthy is that no matter how overpowered you are, the level of control with this grip is really amazing. This board has been built to turn and burn in big waves, so let's turn and burn. I must say it's quite a bit of fun to be slashing and sliding around, even on my local lake. At the point where you'll be kicking a single fin board into an uncontrollable spin, you still are fully in control while slashing and sliding around. Just push those fins to the max and you'll find there's almost no limit in how far you can push them. But in the waves I want controllable slides, so let's slide! Of course, on your local lake you have to push it a bit harder to get it to slide, but once in the slide is fully controllable, as you can see. So what more can we do? Let's take her for a bump and jump session. Well, that was quite a bit of fun. I must say I had to adjust my takeoff technique a bit, as the quad fin feels different compared to the single fin which I normally used. But once used to it, man, I had some fun. One of those things that will help increase your level at sea will be those jibes and tags, and those you can practice perfectly on a flat water lake. So start practicing those jibes. Due to the quad setup and the rocker line, you'll lose quite a bit of speed in the jibe, so your technique needs to be perfect if you want to make a planing jibe on flat water. But once you're back in the waves, it will be much easier as you can use the ramps you have to maintain your speed. Was it any fun with the Duotone Grip 4 on my local lake? Yes, it was. Would I buy the Duotone Grip 4 sessions at my local lake? No, I wouldn't. The Grip 4 has ultimate grip. The grip really lives up to its name. You have amazing control. It will give you the confidence to charge up that steep ramp with full confidence that you know you can make that turn just before you hit the lip, or when in a bottom turn you know you will have the grip to pull that bottom turn all the way through, no matter how fast you are flying over the water. And that is where the strength of this Grip 4 lies. Its amazing grip and its controllability. I was flying over the chop at my home speed at 47 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast for a waveboard. And normally you get control problems when you're going that fast with an old single fin or thruster setup. But I never felt out of control, no matter how much wind there was, how overpowered I was. It's a beautiful board. The volume distribution is perfect. It's an early planer. It is pretty fast. But if what you're aiming for is blasting around on your local lake with your mates, don't buy the Grip 4, but buy a free race or a slalom board like the Falcon, and you will have much more fun. If you're that kind of guy or girl who only does bump and jump sessions at their local flat water lake and only goes out maybe 5 times a year for a nice session at sea, then the Grip 4 might just do the job, but it's not the best option. Then you would be far better off with a board with a faster rocker line and thruster setup, so you can have the best of both worlds, and maybe even buy a different single fin so you can use it as a thruster at sea and you can use it with a single fin setup on your local lake for those bump and jump sessions. But if you're that guy that is living for those big waves and nice cutbacks, bottom turns, this is your board. No matter how the conditions will turn up at that day, you will go in and charge with control. You will know you will have the grip to make that bottom turn or that top turn wherever you want it to. Is it the most snappy turning board? No, it isn't, because then you'll need that thruster setup. But it has amazing grip and control. If the conditions get really gnarly, I would choose the Grip 4. And then the Grip 4 will prove to be very valuable at your local lake. So you can put in more hours, so you can get to know your board inside and out and practice those tacks and jibes. So when you go to sea for that session with those big waves, you will be fully prepared and can make the most out of that day. I do hope you liked this video about the Grip 4. If you did, of course, please leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel of the Windsurf Coach so you don't have to miss out on any of the action. And thanks for watching. See you next time. See you on the water.